damage it, and we need to learn how to protect our personal belongings. So please rebuttal.
Firstly, if we can call or chat, then why would have to we go to school to make friends and do good project at schools? Also, phone can distract students in many ways. Example, if they're supposed to do a project with a team, they will just focus on chatting or do something online. Devices distract the distracted children not just at school. They may children get distracted everywhere. Some websites or online papers can have things that affect children's psychology, and that will make them can't concentrate in lessons. Even notifications in phones can distract students as well.
Thank you for your opinion, and here is my rebuttal. I think that if the teacher takes the mobile phone first and see that there are no games or the distraction, then maybe the students can't cause the distraction. And if they only use it for information, then where can the distraction be caused? And also, we still agree that children should be allowed to use mobile phones in school because first, they help us to they can help us call our guardian when we forgot to bring something or need their help. Also, we can use it when there are an emergency and there are no adults around. Then we could use it to call people to help us. Please rebuttal. You said I think, so where's the evidence?
Bé tờ quá nhỉ.
Well, we have read a lot of books, and in the book it states that mobile phones can help us a lot because we can search for information in the internet, and this could help us if we have got to study it the night before. I would like to rebuttal your points. So, not every teachers know that their students bring phones to school, and not every teachers know that students have phones. Children could cheat easily during tests, and they could sneak during lessons to take their phones out, play games, and cheat. According to Harvard.edu, 80% of the children now use mobile phones, and most of them use to cheat during lessons, and teachers don't know. Children will sneak their teachers to cheat during class. Also, children will easily get addicted to their phones, and cheating become a bad habit at school.
Thank you. And now we turn to number 4. Please press the button. Start now.
Well, I heard your opinion, but however, if we just put away our phones, then that's okay. Also, in a test, the teacher can take away the phones and give it back when it's finished. And we still agree that the children should be allowed to use mobile phones in school because it could help us be more conscious about our environment around us. And we could set and they could bookmark the page instead of having to remember or write it down. Well, I tried it once and it was very helpful.
Thank you. Next one for number 4 is again.
But some teachers don't know that their students bring phones. Like the students could bring their phones and put it in their backpack or under their table.
Thank you.
Okay,
Next
không để
one
ý.
for number 5 is 4. Please press the button. Okay, team 4, are you ready? Yeah. Yes. Okay. Press the button.
Thank you for your opinion, but we still agree that students should be allowed to use mobile phones because we could set a reminder and schedule to help us remind on an important event or etc.
This is what I've heard, and I heard on the internet, and it does work because I tried it before.
Thank you. Now, number 5, please, yes.
Well, I would like to remind you that even if there are many students that are lazy and they will not want to keep track of their time, and also they could also take and they could the students could bring their phones to school and they could easily cheat during the test. Even if the teacher says that okay, students, I will take away your phones because it is test time, they could still sneak their phones from under their desk and take answers from under the desk and studies that they already use. So teachers, there are usually many students in one class, and the teachers cannot always focus on that one particular student. Now, to sum up, our second speaker has talked about distraction in class. Our third speaker talked about cheating in tests. Our fourth speaker spoke about cyberbullying at school. I would like to end my speech with a quote. Jonathan Simmons once said, "Phones should be banned at school. We don't want school to turn into battlegrounds on who's got the latest phone." Therefore, we, the Against team, wholeheartedly believe that this motion must fall. Thank you.
Thank you. Clear summary and a strong argument. And now we still come back. If two teams, you have any idea, raise your hand and you don't need to wait for my signal.
You say that the teacher can check if anyone is teaching.
Bên kia sắp rồi, bên này vẫn đang giải quyết vấn đề à?
You say that this will cause distraction and cheating. But the teacher can check if anyone is cheating by walking around the class, and you have repeat this twice. And we still agree that children should be allowed to use mobile phone in school because they help us to find useful knowledge, deeply understand, and no need to memorize all knowledge. Well, I would like to rebut you that how even if the teacher walks around the classroom and checks every one of that person, of any people that's in the room, any children, but the children could easily turn off the phone and just slip it back into their backpack. So the teacher will not notice if they have their phones or not. Even if the teacher walks around a lot of times, there are many children in the class, and the children can't, and the teacher can't just look at one table and then look at another table and look at another table.
Well, you said that the teacher cannot just check everyone because they're kids who can slip it into their bag and turn off the phone. But normally the kids would still cheat, and if the teacher would walk around the classroom, mostly, I've seen it in the internet before. Kids would use a fake hand to put on the table, and then they would put the real hand and watch their phone from below. So if the teacher goes and looks at them from a head view, then they could see the phone and they could tell if they're cheating or not. And where did you get this information that kids could just slip off this phone? They could just turn off the phone and you have repeated this over twice.
I want to remind you that so you said that you found on the internet, but what website? We already said that we found that the cheating things and 8% of the children used to cheat and play at school on Harvard.edu already. So what's the information that you just found?
We found this on Google.
Suppose on one website.
Heard that. will get picked on social media and keep looking at different things throughout the day. They will feel uncomfortable because they cannot concentrate on their work. Imagine you and your friend are arguing. You will be worried about that than your schoolwork. Thank you.
Thank you for your opinion, but I would like to rebuttal because when they have been bullied, then we have been already taught that when you're bullied, you can report it, and this can help to smoother your feeling and help you to be less worried. And we still agree that children should be allowed to bring mobile phones to school because it can help us to protect our possession much better. For example, if someone wants to take our possession, we would easily let it be taken because the mobile phone is very expensive. So we need to take good care of it. Please remember. Not all children can talk to the teachers or the adults because not all children are brave enough to talk to the adults when they get cyberbullied, because cyberbullying could hurt their feelings or they could get stressed or uncomfortable because they are get bullied, and they could say that if you talk to your mom and your dad, you could get killed or you could get hurt.
So where did you get that the kids will get killed or hurt by the parents?
We never said that they will get killed or hurt by the parents. We said that they could be too scared to tell anyone. For example, when a kid that bullied them on the internet, they can get really hurt, and some of them get stressed or even depressed. For example, a kid gets bullied, cyberbullied on the internet, and the cyberbully said that if you tell the teacher, I will hurt you, and you will really be sorry for telling the teacher. So they get really scared, and the teacher won't know for a very long time. Some teachers aren't even aware that there's cyberbullying in the class.
But they could tell the student affairs will protect them. So
The student's fear is not always there. Besides, like the teachers don't know if there is a cyberbully, so how could they protect them?
well, you could use a tracking device just to track them online. So what?
Well, it's their personal phone, and they wouldn't want to be tracked by anyone else. Also, cameras can't always. If cameras are in the school, they can't always detect it because it's on their phones. And also, they could feel really scared, and they won't participate really well in lessons. And student affairs wouldn't want to look into their personal stuff. How would you feel if someone looked into your stuff without your permission?
I would like to rebuttal the fact that you said phones waste money and they're expensive. Well, the good side is that they actually save the school money. The school doesn't have to spend money on books or devices, since the children have phones with educational apps and e-readers, which saves money a lot.
I would like to rebuttal you because, for example, if you get cyberbullied, maybe you could talk your problem into the social media. You could talk to them like, what is your problem, and you could ask them how to help you. Because in class, where we have already learned, there are many ways for us to report the cyberbullying, not just by the adults, but we could talk to our friends as well.
I want to rebut you that as I said, not every children are that brave to report to the website or something. They can even ban you, or they will be stronger than you. Like you can see that on all the online newspapers and TV and television now. Even adults have been hacked and say that their children are at hospital, but actually they know all of your information and they can hack you very easily.
Okay, so you said that children could be hurt because they get hacked or they could get cyberbullied. And you also said that if you ban them, it's just like, but students can find courage in doing it, right? And even if they don't have the courage, maybe they can write it down on a paper and give it to an adult if they are too shy or scared to talk.
Well, as I said before, and my teammates already said, there are many children who are very small and they're really scared. If, for example, someone bigger is bullying them on the internet, then and they also wrote in that if you tell the teacher or write it or report it at somewhere, then I will hit you really hard. Also, they can get really stressed and depressed, which they can't focus on their academic performance, which could lead to lower grades, and they wouldn't want to play with their friends anymore.
Even though what you said is true and it's not a rare problem, but little kids tend to tell their parents everything that's happening because they're small and they will like be more open to everything because they don't really know yet.
Even though that all these small children can tell their parents, but some of them their taxes and they hurt the children so much that they cannot tell their adults anything, or they can be depressed, or even though they can hurt the children's psychology, so they will be very afraid to tell it to their parents also. Not every children is that brave to tell the adults everything, and they need personal things.
First of all, there is a hole in the wall protecting your opinion. Because first of all, if you can't just leave, if the bully can't just leave the kid out of his house and hurt it, or you can just go to school and hurt it because mostly there are cameras everywhere, and there are also teachers and adults lining the hallways.
Well, but this, as you said, is on phones and it's not outside. So how can they notice if you're bullying them? If, for example, in the hallways, well, at least they know that they're bullying them face to face. But with cyberbullying, it is different. I understand your opinion, but when we post our social media, there will be a lot of people can see it. And if it is bullied, then they could not take it because they could not be friends with the kids. And if they post it on social media, a lot of people will know.
Chứ bây giờ cầm mic không là nghe thành phố.
Reason above, we are convinced and we agree that students should be allowed to use mobile phones in school.